Guys, this is Tyler. Welcome back to another stream. Hello. Oh god. Fuck. Hello, Dominic. Hello, Zawar Pumpkin. Water's up, you forgot. Hello, Sneezy Anus. Hello, Call of the Dragon. Hello, the Puppet Master. Hello, Dan. Yeah, you guys watch what you want to watch. I don't really care. I'm just doing this for my own sake. If you guys want to watch it for me, I don't care. If you want to watch the actual interview, I don't care. If you want to watch for, like, I don't know, Johnny Blocks or something, I don't care either. All are pretty good options in my opinion. Here. Hello, Cyber Demon. Welcome to the stream. We're going to start since I want to watch the interview for myself. Yeah, that's fair enough. I wonder what's going to be revealed. Yeah, I know it was... Oh, shit. My pop filter is on the ground. What the fuck? I know, it was said there was going to be no lore questions, but I don't know if I'm supposed to believe that or not, because, like, the same thing was said about the last interview, and there was, like, some hints. There were some hints, so, yeah. Anyway, before we watch the interview, because the interview premieres in 15 minutes, so I'll show off some stuff, I guess. First off, the 5 laps at Freddy's trailer is here. I have not seen it yet because I want to react to it live on stream with you guys, so that's what we're gonna do right now. So yeah. It is only a minute 21 seconds. Nice. Alright. Alright. So there's 5 laps of Freddy's trailer. Unreal 4 engine. Alright, so that's Freddy. And Balloon Boy on the thing on the top. Nice. And Balloon Bastard and then Bonnie. So that basically determines like what place you're in, I guess, against which character. Springtrap, Chica, and Mangle. I think I can see Bonnie up ahead. This is one. These backgrounds remind me of Security Breach. I don't know. I think I did see on the Steam page it said sponsored by Fazbear Entertainment in like the description. So maybe this is like an in-game arcade machine in the Pizzaplex, maybe. That's what I'm getting at here. And yeah. So like the FNAF 6 pizzeria that's like within the Pizzaplex. Alright. Why does he look like the guy from Case Animatronics? Sorry. Night Shift. Freddy. 5 laps of Freddy's. Nice. It's the guy from Case Animatronics. Demo available August 7th, 2024 on Steam. Yeah. There was a certain thing I wanted to look for. Yeah, this. People are saying the name of this car is like Midnight Motor or something like that. It's unrelated to Midnight Motorist, and there's a Spring Bonnie decoration attached to the car, which people are using this to say that it confirms that William Afton is the yellow/orange guy in Midnight Motorist, which I'm not gonna say anything. I don't know if this game is like directly canon or not to like FNAF yet. It might just be a Freddy in Space 2, Fury's Rage, Freddy Space 3 type of spin-off game. But it is certainly possible. And yeah, there is more on the Steam page. There is more. we'll look at that real quick too. Yeah. Okay, yeah, and then there's the trailer. I'm using the desktop version of Steam, so. Alright, so. Yeah. Yeah, plan release date 2025 at. Oh, yeah, that's right. I said. No. Alright, so. So it's kind of like Mario Kart, from what I can gather. I like look at these in like bigger, yeah, bigger quality. This is Joy Creating stream. That's okay. A lot of people did. So yeah, that's cool. So Balloon Boy, Springtrap, Foxy, 2 puppets. Maybe one's named Mariana. No, Springtrap, Chica. So there's 2 Springtraps. So okay, that could be 2 puppets. Second place. Maybe the 1 out of 5 means like how many laps are left, and then obviously this placement's a Chica. She's in between 2 Foxies. And I think the meters is like how far away from each other. I don't know what the battery can mean. This seems to look like a place in the Pizzaplex though. We know where this is. We saw in the trailer. The poopit is in between. I can't see. And then Freddy. I think the size of the thing determines in the distance. Balloon Boy, Freddy, Mangle. Springtrap's up ahead, Bonnie. I can't make out of it. Maybe Foxy. And this person is in 6th place. Maybe the battery is like the stamina or some shit. Or like there's like a breaking down mechanic. There's videos where it combines multiple YouTubers reacting to the same thing. Someone shoot that for a Scott interview. Too long of a video, probably. Yeah. There's like 11 screenshots. Alright. Nice. Juniors. Obviously referencing Juniors from Pizza Sim. Very cool. Alright, yeah, here. Midnight Motor. So this is like obviously tied to Midnight Motorist. There's a Spring Bonnie decoration attached. I don't know if it shows it again, but yeah, Professor's Pizza Place. 6. Midnight Motorist, Fezriel's a sinkhole. I find it interesting that the sinkhole is a part of this. Alright, and then yeah. Last screenshot. These models look pretty interesting, not gonna lie. In a good way, in a good way. Foxy, 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 Foxy. Yeah. Hit the place where the ghost girl got stabs him, good times. Good times. Not really. Hello, Quaint. Welcome to the stream. You guys prefer Bonnie being blue or purple? I don't really have a preference, honestly. I usually go for purple in my iterations of Bonnie that I draw, but blue's fine too. More like indigo. Yeah. 8 more minutes to the Scott interview, you guys. Oh boy. I guess I can show off some other things too. I can show off some other things. Because there, yeah, I can show off some FNAF movie things. I can show that shit off. Alright. Okay, so let's look at these. So first things first. This was yesterday's. I forgot to like and retweet it. Fuck. Toy Chica's mold. That's what it looks like. It's William Meft. Yeah, Toy Chica looking nice. Dude, I just like had like a thought the other day when I saw this. What if like for like the filming of FNAF movie 2 or whatever, they just like have cops like everywhere during filming just because they know that people are gonna try to steal Toy Chica and do unspeakable things to her. Guaranteed. Guaranteed that shit will happen. How many people in the theater with bus? Well, will bus. Oh my god. Now it's gonna happen. One time I wrote a letter to Scott and he actually wrote back nice. Yeah. That's Toy Chica. This is the next one. I'm not gonna retweet it, it's too late, but Toy Bonnie's eyes, I'm assuming, he's green. Pretty damn cool as well. So yeah, basically every day they're posting like behind the scenes pics of the FNAF movie, which is pretty cool. I own that exact remote. That's like an LED light remote. I have that in my room that I'm like streaming in right now. To control my LED lights. That's pretty fucking cool. Yeah. Maybe the animatronics eye color or like LEDs or something they can control that. I don't know. But yeah, similarly for Toy Bonnie. Your boy's War Pumpkin. It's your boy. And then the final one, which was the first one that was revealed, is these, which for right now I'm gonna assume this is Mangle. Probably Mangle. It could be an Endo as well. 17 people watching, holy shit. Yeah, it could be either Mangle or like Endo 02. Because I saw somebody in here bring up its Endo 2. Sheep Rampage. Bring up his Endo 2. Maybe. Yeah, people are either saying it's Endo 2 or it's Mangle. I'm probably going with Mangle for right now just because all we've seen so far are toy animatronics, but it is extremely possible it is Endo 2 or some type of Endo skeleton. It's Endo 1. Nah. But yeah, that is basically it. Oh, and also, so you guys most likely already know, VIP came out yesterday. The interactive novel. I did not read on stream because, first off, I wasn't really as interested with it. I'm still probably gonna read it though. And also because I didn't know really what the legalities for streaming that is. Hello, Bushiku. Welcome to the stream. Probably Endo too. Yeah. I think it's either him or Mangle. It's one of those two. Those are like the two main suspects. They gotta build their insides first. Yeah, on the 4th day of August, Scott Cawthon gave to us. Do you think the Bendy and Poppy movies will be just as good as the FNAF movie, Tyler? Or maybe. Bendy movie, yeah, actually, no, you both have hope. I have high hopes for both of them. Alright, but yeah. Interview with Dawko, yeah. Teehee. Wait, I did want to check one other thing. How long ago was the first interview? How long ago? Let's Scott Cawthon interview. Because I know it's 2018. I just want to know what day. August 8th, 22. Okay, so like the fuck you. 4-day anniversary, no, 4-year anniversary. Nice, nice. Alright. Short duration demo and my photos will be released and added my wall. It's also on Twitter say Scott was gonna call in from a BlackBerry again. I thought Dawko on Twitter replied to that person with the fact that Scott Cawthon has better audio quality this time around. I could be misremembering things, but I swear Dawko said something about how Scott sounds better this time. I don't know. Let me find it. Hold on. Let me go back on Twitter. Never thought I'd be saying that in my life. Probably could find it on Dawko's Twitter and like in replies. Yeah, like here. Right here. So yeah, Pablo says, do you think with the millions he made off the movie alone, Scott's gonna at least get somewhat respectable audio equipment, or is he still gonna call Dawko for a BlackBerry? And then Dawko said he sounds much better this time. Thank heavens, lol. So apparently Scott is supposed to sound better. Apparently, so yeah, it's about to start in 1 minute. Alright. Let's get ready. Let's get ready, guys. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to this. Alright. Here we go. Alright, let's do this. Let's fucking go. Premiere music, I remember this shit. I don't do premieres anymore. Except if it's like a Tyler Tales episode. But yeah, here we go, guys. Alright. Let's do this. This is gonna be great. Again, there's supposed to be no lore, but that's what was said in the past with past interviews with Scott and like Steel and stuff, but they give hints anyway, so. But the hints they usually give are like clarifications on like things that we should already know about, so like obvious things. So yeah. Freaking water. Water's good for you guys. Water's really good for you guys. You should drink water. 30 seconds of music's amazing. Yeah, the premiere music, like the YouTube video premiere music is like pretty good actually. Get you prepared for the video you're about to watch. Alright.
Scott, tell me what's in the box.
Alrighty.
I think as the 10-year anniversary is upon us,
he's got better.
I will give this as my gift to the fan base on this 10th anniversary. What's in the box is...
That's better audio quality. And oh boy, the box. It's gonna be a.
Aww.
Hey,
Mabel.
Yeah, she's the best. What's going on, guys? Dawko back again. Hope you're fantastic today. And it's the 10-year anniversary of Five Nights at Freddy's. It is August the 5th, which means if you've been looking at the list, what the official Twitter has been saying, it's the interview.
Haha, that's the old one.
Scott Cawthon, everybody.
That's the old one.
How's it going? Dawko, good to see you again.
Yes, 6 years since the last interview, right? Which is crazy. A lot of things have been happening since then, so let's go back a little bit. So the interview was August 2018. So after that, we got Help Wanted.
Help Wanted, AR.
Special Delivery, Security Breach, Help Wanted 2,
Curse
Ruined DLC.
Curse of
There's a lot
Dreadbear.
going on. And of course the future games as well. Yesterday, Steelwall has announced something. I don't know what it is yet because we're recording this, you know, a couple of months before. But guys, whatever it was, I hope you're very excited for it. Future Dawko, Into the Pit as well. Stuff to look for. There's so much stuff to look forward to.
Yep, Into the Pit.
And
I'm
it's
excited
really
for
cool
Into
that
the
you've
Pit.
done like a week of exciting things for the 10-year anniversary. You know, we've never seen something like this before. 10 years of Five Nights at Freddy's, which is it's pretty crazy, right?
Man, I can't believe it's been so long since
in
our
the
last
movie.
interview. That really seems like just
something for that.
It doesn't. How long did you say ago it was? 6 years ago?
6
That's
years
hard to
ago.
believe.
I
That's
know.
impossible to believe.
I know, right? I've actually got a song for you that I'm going to play for you to celebrate the 10-year anniversary.
Okay, well, this is getting things off to a kind of an awkward start, but I'll let you go on ahead.
Okay. Are you
No,
ready
wait, you're
for
gonna be performing. Wait, you're gonna be performing this yourself, or is something recorded?
I've got the harmonica right here.
Oh, a harmonica. Okay, my favorite.
I've been practicing this song for over 32 years.
32.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So, are you ready for this?
I'm ready. Come on now, you started this.
Right. Okay. Ready? I'm really good. I'm really good.
Jesus Christ. The world is ending. The universe is exploding.
Now, I will admit that I couldn't actually hear that. I don't know if your thing was cutting the audio out.
Well, I actually played a spell.
Oh.
The spell is
Just
from
like a Discord call between them.
1864
Yeah, it does.
by a wizard named Dewey Muscrewy.
Okay.
That spell has now hypnotized you to tell me all the lore of Five
Oh
Nights at Freddy's.
shit.
Oh, jeez. Now, I thought we talked about this in advance. Now, listen. This is a bad idea to start talking about lore. All right, well, here, you have to give me specific questions, and I'll see what I can answer for you.
I was joking.
But I make no promises.
Scott,
All right.
tell me what's in the box.
Wow,
Shit.
just direct. Just out and direct, just like that.
Yeah.
Well, look, okay. It's the 10-year anniversary, okay? And even though I like to be elusive, I like to kind of tease the fan base.
Okay.
I like to, and I do like there to be an
It's not
air of
actually
mystery
real.
about
I know
things.
you don't.
Sometimes I do let things go on for too long, and I understand that sometimes things become not fun anymore.
This is a troll.
Things can
It's a
become
tease.
frustrating for theorists. So, okay. I think as
Oh
the
my
10-year
God, he's
anniversary
gonna
is
reveal it.
upon us,
Oh
I will
God.
give this as my gift to the fan base on this 10th anniversary. What's in the box is
Knew it.
Oh my god.
and that's about it. And that's it, man.
So like we've been speaking about, 10 years of Five Nights at Freddy's, which is a crazy amount of time. I can't believe we're still here. It's been such a journey. So I just wanted
Me
to
when
ask
5
you,
Nights at Freddy's.
do you have a highlight moment for the whole 10 years of Five Nights at Freddy's since 2014?
I think there have definitely been a lot of
Here we go.
satisfying
Should've
moments.
seen
Like,
that coming.
obviously,
Yeah,
if-
there's gonna be a troll.
whenever one of the new games would come out and it would be positively received, that was obviously a huge relief. You know, there's never been any goal other than just giving everybody what they were really hyped up about. Because you know, when you see everybody getting hyped up and getting excited, if suddenly something comes out that just is a big letdown, there's just
Typical
there's no
Scott.
greater
I
fear,
agree.
I think, for a game developer.
Love him.
So that was always satisfying and a relief. But I think the biggest highlight was probably just going to the movie theater to watch the movie when it finally came out, because you know, behind the scenes of all of the games throughout the years and behind the scenes of all the books being written and everything else, there was always the movie. The movie was just a slow burn project, even just starting as late as 2014. So that has been in the background, being, you know, progressing for
I
almost
love
the
how there's
entirety
smoke
of,
coming from the coffee.
No,
cool
not
touch.
almost the entirety of that first 9 years. So to be able to actually go sit in the theater and hear the reaction from everybody and hear the fans really enjoy it, that was definitely that was definitely a moment of just real happiness for me, I think.
Literally
Scott's a big inspiration. Yeah, he is. He is to me as well.
Downs, you know, getting the script right as well. I know you've said on posts before you've had so many scripts made for the movie. The plushes in Manhattan or something. That was one of the scripts.
I remember that.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I can imagine how, you know, difficult it's been, like trying to get it all done. You know, I can just imagine. Well, I can't imagine it because I'm not you, but you know, when me, Raz, and Ryan and Baz went to a premiere for it and sat down at the cinemas, and we all looked at each other at the end, and we had to like, we couldn't believe it, and we didn't even make the games. We've been there since, you know, basically day one.
Yeah.
We all said,
dude,
like,
watching the FNAF movie in theaters was like a surreal experience for me. I didn't think it would ever happen, but it did, and it
must be a crazy,
one of the best nights of my life.
Crazy feeling.
Yeah, and now that I've been through the process, you know, I can tell you it's a miracle.
Scott can be a good writer. He's not perfect, but he can be a good writer. I feel
wheels have to be turning at the same time, and how many things. And even though this process took a long time for me, you know, Hollywood works at just blazing speed, where there's 100 things happening at the same time, and it's a miracle if these things get coordinated. And sometimes things don't work out, but sometimes they do. On the day that I was driving to New Orleans, and the shooting was supposed to start the next day.
Oh shit!
On that drive, I was on the phone. It was like a 5-hour drive from where I was. I was on the phone the entire time trying to finish contracts and finish negotiating points, because there were still open items with there were still things that needed to be resolved with Universal, Blumhouse, the Actors Guild, the Writing Guild. There were just Louisiana. There were all of these things, and any one of them not being settled properly would mean we couldn't start filming. And all of those conversations were happening at the same time. All of them
at least they have it on
depended
Prime
on
though.
one of the other ones. And so that was a very stressful drive, but that's just the way that Hollywood works. There's a million things happening at once. It was definitely a whirlwind, but to see all of those pieces come into place, it was pretty remarkable.
He's a unique writer. Yeah, he is at least unique. He's a unique writer. That is definitely true.
Starting just with 2015, you know, there were a couple of deals that weren't very good that I'm very fortunate didn't pan out. But then whenever I was with Warner Brothers briefly, that was a good deal, and I was very, very grateful to have that. But even that, whenever the stars seemed to have aligned, things just didn't work out there either. And so I was really fortunate to meet up with Jason Blum and get to have that deal with Blumhouse. You know, they had a lot of faith in the project, and they were following my lead on a lot of things, you know, sometimes to a fault, because lots of times I would throw things out and want to start over. But, you know, they were with me the whole journey. They were with me, and they believed in the vision. And everybody just had the fans at heart. That's all anybody wanted to do. Everybody was just making sure that every part of the movie would be something that the fan base would look at and recognize or relate to or connect with. And I think in the end we were able to accomplish that. And I'm just really happy with that. And I think we landed with just the perfect cast, which again, that almost didn't happen either. There were a couple of instances where someone else was about to get a part, and then something would happen that would make that not work out, and then someone better would step in.
Markiplier.
And I've said this to Markiplier, you know, my contacts at Blumhouse numerous times just over this last 6 months, even since the movie came out, thinking, aren't we glad that we got like Josh Hutcherson for this role? Like, isn't it great we had Elizabeth Lail for this role? Isn't it awesome we had Matthew Lillard for this role? You know, isn't it great we ended up with Piper Rubio for this role? Like, every single person that we ended up with.
Yeah, they're all really good. The names that he just mentioned are like all did a great job.
Delight to work with. Once again, since I'm new to kind of the film industry, I got to talk to people about their other experiences on other projects, and it can be really scary.
Lillard's still my favorite, though.
I understand every production has one member of the cast or one person on staff or just one person that, you know, causes problems or something like that. We didn't have anything like that. Nothing like that. Everybody was just phenomenal. They were just a joy to work with, and getting to go to filming was really fun. So it was a really fun experience, and in the end, I'm just happy that the fans were happy with it. Now, that's not to say the film didn't have it's places where it could have been improved, and we're all, and me and Emma and Jason Blum, would definitely chat about that, and looking to make sure the second movie is a step up and an improvement. So lots of good things to look forward to, I think.
Yeah, I'm excited for the second movie.
Yeah, you're right about the fan reaction. The fans absolutely loved it. Like, we all can't wait.
Yeah, it was like fans that loved it, but then it was like people that didn't care for FNAF in the first place. They like dogged on it. I'm like, yeah.
So yeah, exciting times. So yeah, you said that you've got a highlight of the 10 years of FNAF. If you could go back and change one thing in those 10 years, do you have anything that you would change? You can't say the box.
No, the one thing I would change, I wish I could go back and have one more shot at FNAF World. I really, really do. I know it still would definitely be the oddball in the series, no doubt, and maybe it would still have been a poor decision.
I love FNAF World. I don't care what anyone says.
There were a lot of bad decisions made at the beginning of that project that doomed it from the start. Like, I was making it with mobile in mind, so it was a really slow resolution. I was thinking about it as a game on the phones. I tried to make the whole game on one frame in Click Team Fusion. That just means I wasn't allowing it to be as big as it could have been. I was trying to cram it all together for my own convenience. There were just several decisions that were made that really hindered that. And also, I was in a rush because I was getting
least favorite
FNAF, a little
FNAF
arrogant,
AR.
thinking that hey, anything I make is going to be gold, and I definitely ate some humble pie with that really, really quick, and I learned that is not the case. And so I've tried to be very careful to not make that mistake again after that. But yeah, if I could go back and change one thing, I wish I could maybe work with a different developer and just really make it a high resolution game.
There's still people who love FNAF World and want to see more content from it.
Those graphics, and it could have been a good game.
I think it is.
Who knows? Maybe
There's
somewhere
people
down
that
the
think
line,
it is.
if I get really antsy about it and have a lot of free time on my hands, maybe FNAF 2 or FNAF World 2 might be a thing.
Yeah, I was about to say
FNAF
that.
2.
You could still get a different company to do a FNAF World game. It's not over yet. I think I've said this to you before. I love FNAF World. I think it is so underrated, and I always say FNAF World is underrated. I love it so much. There's just a charm to it. I really do, and I know you don't like it, but I absolutely love it, man. I really do. I love everything about it.
If I had allowed myself to work on it for one more year, just like really double its development cycle and let it be a high res game, I bet it would have really been something. But like I said, who knows? Maybe for the sequel someday.
Let's move on to Steel Wall. The amazing Steel Wall Studios. That was the next game after Ultimate Custom Night. Help Wanted, one of my favorite games.
Help Wanted 1 still stands as like one of the best FNAF games.
Steel Wall? Were you nervous about it? Because I know it's a big thing to give a company your baby, basically, and let them, do what you've been doing for the past 5 years. How was it for the first time letting someone else work on FNAF?
I was really nervous about it. I was really nervous. I went several years still doing it by myself, even after I had the financial ability to pay other people. Again, I wasn't in that mentality of being able to do that. So even though I could have done that, I was still doing things just all by myself, all the way through Pizzeria Simulator.
Yeah.
But by then it was I knew that it was getting too much for me. I knew that I had to find another partner for it, and I was scared of that because there are stories all over the internet available about just games that went completely wrong because of games being mismanaged in the hands of development companies. And I'm sure that all of their pitches on the surface would have sounded the same, but I really got lucky. For that reason, I really feel like I got lucky, because whereas I probably could have accidentally ended up with a company that did botch something, I didn't. I think I really honestly believe that I landed with the best, just one of the best development companies. They've been just a pleasure to work with, and they've done a really great job. This last one they did, Ruin, I thought it was just so much fun, and I think that might be my favorite thing that they've made was Ruin, and the things that they have planned, which I'm not going to talk about right here, but but the things that they have planned are really exciting too.
So this came out. This interview was
I've been
recorded
really happy.
before
It's been
Help
a really
Wanted
good
2.
experience. Well, I'll tell you, on Help Wanted, well, I was going to throw in, I'm happy with how Help Wanted came out because at the time, and I don't have this anymore. I don't have a 3D, I don't have a VR setup anymore. But whenever the first Help Wanted came out, I did have a VR setup, so I was able to beta test. And of course, I was leading the charge to want to beta test my own games. I got into the Funtime Auditorium and and I noped out of it. I took the headset off, and I immediately got on the phone with Steel One and said, I'm not doing it. I'm not going to test it. You test it. You're going to test it. You'll find someone else to test it. I didn't even get jump scared by Foxy. I was just in there in the darkness, and I knew I wasn't going to do it. And I never played it again. And I never played Help Wanted. And I never played Help Wanted 2 either.
Oh, so this is after.
People need to understand it though, right? Because in the past, like when I've obviously done videos on Help Wanted 1 and 2, I get a comment saying like, oh, it's not.
Nah, Help Wanted 1 and 2 have
reacted,
like pretty terrifying moments.
You don't know until you've literally put on the headset, right?
Yeah.
It's completely different, you know, just watching it from a screen compared to having the actual headset on. It's terrifying.
Yeah, completely different experience.
My other question, Glitch Trap is one of my favourite
characters a nice question.
in FNAF now. I absolutely love Glitch Trap. What are your thoughts on Glitch Trap as a whole, with the development of Help Wanted?
I love the character. And I know that this is kind of one of the places where I know that there's a little bit of a divide with maybe me and the fan base, or maybe just within the fan base, because I always lean sci-fi. I have a tendency to lean sci-fi, even though I try to come back into the roots of the supernatural instead. But I can't help my inclinations to lean sci-fi. So anything that involves possession of AI or possession of machines or circuitry, I love that sort of thing. So I love the idea of Glitch Trap. I'm not a huge fan of the name, and here's the way that these things happen. Okay, and this happened with Burn Trap too. Whenever I'm in the planning phase with Steel Wool, we come up with temporary names for these characters. You know, whenever we're doing the pre-production document, I'll say, oh, well, he's glitchy. We'll call him Glitch Trap. Oh yeah, he's Burn. We'll just call him Burn Trap. But then those names get embedded in the source code because they use those temporary names also. And once they're in the source code, and once someone finds them in the source code, that's it. Like that's the canon name now, and there's nothing I can do about it. And hopefully we're learning our lessons going forward to maybe find I don't know, to just hone in on a better process there, because yes, I love the character. I'm not a huge fan of the name, but it is what it is for now. You know, it's the name.
I love Glitch Trap's name.
Take that, Mel hair fans.
Can you think of a name,
fucking around
on the spot, like what you would want to call him or not?
Oh, I have no idea. But you know what? A good example is Mexus, you know, from Ruin. Now, that was a character where, even in just my design of the game, I thought that through, and I came up with that. And I'm really happy with it. I really like that name. It's a really cool name. But now, see, if I didn't have one of those ready to fire off, I might have thought up something like, I don't know, Purple Trap or you know, or AI Trap, or just something temporary, and then that would have been the can name. That would have been so much worse than Mexus. So
after Help Wanted, we got Security Breach. Were you happy with the release of Security Breach when it first came out?
Oh boy, I'm interested
Security
to hear
Breach.
this.
There's a really big story behind that. That was definitely a challenging period, and a lot of things just didn't align up perfectly for that, and there were a lot of reasons for that. I mean, obviously, I hear lots of studios and things kind of blame COVID for stuff, but there is a reason for that. You know, COVID took well-structured work systems and suddenly scattered them and expected the work to continue to flow, and it just doesn't work that way. From my understanding, I'm pretty sure most, if not every, member of Steel Wool got scattered across the country and were trying to just carry on with the workflow, and it was just really difficult. I think that's really the only example when my idea of how a game was going to go was misaligned with how things were going with Steel Wool, and I had a specific story for this in mind. Okay, for Security Breach, I really did.
Right.
I had a very specific story in mind, and it is very different than the one that got in the game. And I think a part of that is the way that I conveyed that to Steel Wool. because what I was trying to do was I was trying to tell Steel Wool to do specific things throughout the game, put specific items in specific places, have specific characters do certain things, meanwhile not telling them what the story plot was. Because in my head, I was thinking, okay, when people find this, they will connect this to this to this, and it will all be revealed. And I thought I could do that without telling Steel Wool the story plot. That didn't work out very well because they got all of these pieces and they thought it was their job to connect them in a way that made sense.
Oh,
and so really
God.
what you ended up having were the same pieces, but telling completely different stories. And since I was trying to kind of tell a specific story with mine that went a certain direction, they were taking pieces I didn't fully understand and trying to craft a story out of them. And again, I don't blame them for that. I blame myself for that because
Scott's
I guess
gaming
what I should have done
chair.
is just said, hey, here's the story.
Nice.
Here's why these pieces are here. Here's how they're supposed to connect. And I can give you a really easy example for this. And I'm hesitant to say this because I don't like messing with the lore. But I think in this case, it's okay. When it comes to Burn Trap, originally, Burn Trap was never supposed to move. He was supposed to just be something you saw in the corners, or like if you were walking past machinery, you might be able to peek in between two things and see him in the corner or propped up against a wall, almost like a some kind of decaying movie prop, and you never fully understood what his purpose was. And he had a very specific purpose, and I'm not going to say what that purpose was, but realistically, he never moved. Well, obviously, that's not what we got in Security Breach. In Security Breach, we got a capsule opening and purple smoke flowing out and him climbing out and coming to get you. And so it's not quite the same thing. So, but anyway, it didn't turn out the way anybody wanted. But hey, whenever that happens, just like whenever, I stepped in it a little bit with FNAF World, me and Steel Wool got together. We were like, look, all that matters now is making things right by the fan base. That's all that matters. We all had the best.
So there was like miscommunication with the lore.
We all wanted to make a good product, and we went in and we made Ruin for it, and I hope that redeemed the game, and I feel like it did because I think it was really great. And anything that we do going forward that continues that story or has those same themes, I think we're just going to be in a much better situation to continue on.
So, the Rune DLC
came out, there's no way to know what parts are canon if he doesn't tell. Yeah.
Time's going so quickly, and the fan reaction to that was
that makes sense for why the lore was fucky in Security Breach.
Next, the ending of Ruin, with a specific character that came out, a new character into the games, the Mimic. Any thoughts on the Mimic?
I cannot share any thoughts on the Mimic other than I really like that character. This is a character that I really like and I'm really excited about. I think it's a really terrific antagonist, and I don't think it's the last that we've seen of the Mimic. That's all I'll say.
Yes. With that, do you have a favorite character in the Steel Wool era of games?
I mean, Music Man is too obvious of an answer, right? I mean, I think all those characters turned out great. In fact, I think this is why it's hard to pick a favorite because all of them turned out so well.
Roxanne's my favorite.
I've always really liked Vanny as a a character. I don't think that Vanny was utilized to her fullest potential.
Okay.
And so hopefully we'll see another opportunity for Vanny to return as well. We'll see.
Ooh, okay.
All right.
Moving on to the books.
Vanny getting redeemed. Second chance.
I've been doing little summary videos on the channel with Fazbear Frights. That was awesome. How has it been working on Fazbear Frights?
It's actually really enjoyable. It's probably one of the most enjoyable things that I do.
I thought it ended.
I just get to think up a really scary scenario, and then I create
I know there's Tales from Pizzaplex, but I thought like Fazbear Frights ended.
And then I have writers that I work with, obviously, and they take that and they really flesh it out and fill it out and add the details and turn it into a full-length story, and I get to kind of just really see it come to life. So it's been really enjoyable, and that's something that I really enjoy. It's funny because it's one of those things where as long as I know that that's something that's happening in my life,
I don't think Scott can let go of his book phase at this point.
Yeah. I might be watching the show, and then suddenly something will come to mind, and I'll be like, "Oh man, this is gonna make a great story," and I get right home and I start working on it.
Do you have a favorite story out of all of them?
I think my favorite story it's probably Bunny Call.
Bunny Call's pretty good, actually.
Oddball choice, but there's a reason for it, because some of these stories are based on my real life experiences. Bunny Call is not completely made up. I used to take my family to a family summer camp. Okay.
Oh.
This is one of my two. This is my two oldest boys were maybe 11 and 12 at the time. Or no. I bet they were 13 and 14. It's hard to remember exactly when this was. But then I had younger two that were just babies still. And whenever we showed up at camp, and we were all in the auditorium signing up for activities, it was rafting and boating. One of the things you could sign up for was a panda call. Okay.
Oh.
And a panda call it's a very deceiving title, because what that meant is that early in the morning, a bunch of the camp counselors dressed as killer clowns would come into your cabin and scare the crap out of your kids to wake them up early and drag them off to their daily activities. And so I signed up my two oldest, Ian and Braden, my old beta testers, or whenever they, all their lives testing my games. I signed them up for it. I thought, oh yeah, this will be kind of fun. It was kind of fun until the next morning started rolling around. I started thinking about what I'd done, because then the next morning I woke up at 5 in the morning and I realized they're out there somewhere. Like this is happening right now. And I started listening for screams, and I started listening for noises, and I even snuck out and went outside. And it was dark and there were crickets chirping, and I was looking around, and I just thought to myself, somewhere out here in the dark in these trees are a bunch of clowns, and they're coming to my cabin. and it was a really, really scary sensation. And so I just went back inside, and I looked at my family sleeping. I looked at my baby sleeping, and my kids, and my wife, and I was like, what have I done? Like, what have I done? Of course it ended up not being a big deal, because then I just heard a soft knock at the door, and I opened it, and there was a row of killer clowns. I said, never mind, you guys, and they just walked on. And so it wasn't a big deal, but it was still a really eerie feeling like I had signed up for something that I'd regretted and I couldn't undo it, And so I based Bunny Call on that.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's cool.
You said that you've got relatable stories.
Is In the Flesh relatable?
Relatable story with Fazgoo?
Oh my god.
Okay, listen, anytime there's a series of a whole bunch of different things, you're going to have some that are great, and then some there's like, well, like what was going on with this? I don't know how to explain the Fazgoo. I'm sure I had something in mind that was really great, but they can't all be winners.
Yeah.
Now I will say a couple of the other ones that had real life connections. Sometimes you hear about people talking about their sleep paralysis demons or whatever. That's never really made sense to me, but now it kind of makes sense to me, and I don't know why it does. Yeah, every once in a while, a person you'll wake up, but you'll still be paralyzed in your sleep, and for some reason, I guess in that moment, you're still half dreaming, and so you have a tendency to still maybe see something before you fully wake up.
That's basically what it is.
The Blackbird creature was mine.
Blackbird.
That creature on the cover of Blackbird is my sleep paralysis demon, because I was on vacation, I was by myself, and I don't know what the circumstances were. I feel like I was taking a midday nap, but I woke up with a jolt, and for a split second, I saw that thing standing over me, and I couldn't move, and my body was tingling, and I was just frozen up, and I was just so disoriented after that, but I never forgot that, and I knew immediately after that, it's like, I've got to get this into a story somewhere, like this crazy-looking creature.
Yeah.
That is crazy. That is absolutely crazy. I've never had, so I don't know what my creature would look like, but I hope it doesn't look like that.
I don't think it's a normal experience. I don't think it's an experience you should want to have. I don't feel like it's a healthy thing. So if that hasn't happened to you, I think you're in a good place.
Do you have a least favorite story?
I don't know. I think it probably might be the Fazgoo. Or no,
everything.
I mean, come on. It's got to be the one where
In the Flesh.
The guy gets pregnant with Springtrap's baby. I'm not sure what I was thinking about. Again, that's one of those things where, oh man, this is going to be really creepy. But then you step back and look at it from afar, and you're like, I don't know if this is a good idea. And I swear I wasn't picking on MatPat. That wasn't a story designed with MatPat. It really, really wasn't. you know, listen, whenever you're doing these stories for this long, eventually you just run out of names, and you're going to cover all the names, you know. Eventually I'll get around to Dawko, you know, and so if you see Dawko in one of these stories, it's not something personal, it's just because I ran out of names, you know.
I don't know, Dawko is a very specific name that you don't
I probably have a few more to go through before I get to that, so you don't have anything to worry about.
When doing my summary videos, and I know a lot of people say the same, people who loved Goosebumps when they were kids find these really relatable, right?
Yeah.
And I know kids at school now read Fazbear Frights like they're Goosebumps books. And as a kid, my favourite TV show was Goosebumps.
Oh, I can see where this is going.
Would you ever think about or like the idea of Fazbear Frights ever being like a TV show like Goosebumps, where it's like a series of some of the best stories or something adapted?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that is a good idea.
Definitely happen, especially now that the first movie came out and was successful. I think that really opens the door to lots of other potential opportunities. The only thing to be mindful of is I don't want to oversaturate the market and just create too much. And I think that sometimes we get a little bit of that where franchises have movies and too many TV shows, and it just kind of waters everything down. But I really do like that idea, and it is definitely something that could happen for sure.
Awesome.
So yeah, I would watch the
FNAF movie. I've got some questions for you, Scott.
First
off, I absolutely loved the movie, as you know, and I know a lot of people did as well. The
right
fans
here.
absolutely loved it, and it did really well at the box office as well. Super successful. Congratulations to you, Blumhouse, Universal. So yeah, first question is, how was working?
Yeah, In the
first
Flesh is a
FNAF
weirdo
after waiting
story.
For so long,
it's a weird
after
one.
announcing it back in 2015. Well, you emailed me back in 2015 about it.
Scott says yes to Mpreg.
But yeah, how was it?
It took a really long time to get off the ground, really just because of the screenplay. But after the screenplay was really locked in, from there, all the wheels started turning, you know, all the engines fired, and it took off, and it was a really fun experience from there. And really the screenplay just had a lot of challenges because of what it was, and it's really, you know, throughout all of those years, I worked with a lot of different directors, a lot of different writers, a lot of really talented people that eventually would end up leaving the project, but still really talented people. And it was really just a matter of there's just material that's difficult to translate to the screen. And one of the biggest issues is the animatronics, obviously being the monsters in the monster movie. If I were to approach any writer of a horror movie or any director and say, okay, here are your monsters, go make a monster movie with them, that's easy. You know, you give them all a knife, you go in, you just make your generic slasher, but just have it be, you know, Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy doing the slashing. The nuance here is that these animatronics are possessed by the spirits of kids. And these are innocent kids. These are victims themselves. So it's very, very difficult to still have a horror movie, still have those kills that you need, but still preserve the
That's what the
innocence
FNAF
of those
movie
kids.
did really well, in my opinion.
It's a really difficult thing to do, and there were several screenplays that did not hit that mark. And I think I was more cautious about that and more picky about that than anything else. If kind of the innocence of those spirits was not preserved properly, I wasn't going to go forward with it. And so, you know, one quick example is the way that we were able to have a couple of kills in the movie was obviously the vandals. You know, you have a group of people who are breaking in, they're disrespecting the place, they're trashing the place, they're there with bad intentions, and then you combine that with the fact that these animatronics are, you know, the spirits in them are these kids that are basically very confused and lost, animals backed into a corner, and kind of left with this impression that adults are out to get them, and then you have these violent adults breaking in. And so it allows you to have that kill count while still being like, well, I can kind of see how that might happen. It was a tricky thing to do, but I think we were able to accomplish that.
Manipulated by William Afton still as well.
Yeah, right? That's right. That's absolutely right. The drawing on the wall was also kind of this layer, this blanket of manipulation over them all. So all those things combined, you could see how these actions could happen while it not necessarily being the fault of the kids.
With the fort scene as well, I loved the fort scene. I know some people were a bit confused by that, like why are they building a fort? But I got it straight away. You know, you just want to show the audience that they're just kids, right? You know, were you happy with the first movie and how it came out?
Yes, I am. I am very happy. I mean, look, anytime anybody, I think pretty much anybody who's been through a process like this would be able to look back, and I do this with my games too. You look back and you're like, well, I wish I'd tweaked this. Oh, maybe this could have been like this, or maybe this could have been like that. But you have to just really take a step back and look at it as a whole, and where it came from, all the things that could have gone wrong, and all the things that went right, and just be really grateful that so many things just fell into place. You know, and I can give you a really quick example of why I don't want to second guess too much. You know, at the 11th hour of this movie coming together, we still really didn't have a music composer, and I'd really wanted an animated intro. I was really pushing to have that 8-bit animated intro, but we didn't have anybody, and really not really anybody to have an idea of what kind of music we were looking for. 11th hour, Newton Brothers come in, and they write out that banger of a track, like
banger,
insane. Like I listened
Scott
to that the first time, and I was like, wait a minute, do I have a theme song? Does Five Nights at Freddy's have a theme song? You know, and I called Emma Tammy on the phone. I was like, wait, do we have a theme song now? Like, I can't tell you how excited I was over that. And you better believe you're going to hear that again at the beginning of the second movie too. I mean, like, that was just so incredible. The Newton Brothers just knocked that out of the park.
Ooh, so okay.
So yeah, so many things went right that I don't think I'm going to dwell too much on, you know, what I would go back and try to do differently.
As we know, the movie was a major hit in 2023, super successful.
Yeah, box office
the
hit.
Biggest horror movie of 2023 as well. How does that feel, seeing that happen?
It's nice. That part is nice. It's more important to me that if the critics had loved it, but the fan base was grumbling and saying, "Wait, this isn't how it is in the lore. Wait, we didn't like this. I don't like how they did this, and this," and the fan base was unhappy, that would be a failure to me. I'm perfectly happy with all the critics hating it and the fan base reacting positively to it. So yes, it is nice that the movie was successful. However, that is not the correct metric by which to judge the success of this movie. And in fact, opening night, which was Thursday night, you know, where I am, I went to the very first showing, and the theater was pretty much empty. There were only a couple other people in there, but it was a 1 o'clock showing. So, but still, I saw that as kind of a bad sign. But I just watched it anyway. Then I went to the next showing, which was just later in the evening, and I told myself I wasn't going to go online. I wasn't going to read any reviews. I had already told everybody at Blumhouse, and I told my legal team, don't talk to me, don't call me, don't email me, don't send me charts, don't send me facts or figures. I don't want to hear anything about anything. I'm going through this whole weekend blind. I just want to experience what everybody else is experiencing. Well, before I went into that second showing, I was just by myself. And then later that evening, my whole family was coming into town, by the way. My whole family was going to come into town and watch the movie with me that night. But this showing, I was still sitting by myself. I was checking my email, and I accidentally saw one of the reviews.
Fuck.
And I saw that it was terrible. And that opened the floodgates, and I went and started reading all of the other reviews. And I immediately texted my family saying, don't come. Don't come. You know, this is over. I want to be by myself. And I was already thinking in my head, like, how am I going to write a letter to Blumhouse apologizing for this? How am I going to write a letter to the fans apologizing to this for just wasting everybody's time? And I was just incredibly depressed. But somehow Jason Blum caught wind of this. I don't know who I asked a question to or what I said, but you know, he started just bombarding me with text messages saying, Scott, the fans love it. The fans love it. You know, the movie's a big hit. Everything's great. He was just, you know, in all caps, everything all caps. My phone was just blowing with all caps texts. And so he really talked me through that to try to encourage me that even though the critics hated it, you know, there was a lot to be loved there by the fans.
That's
and so then
cool.
I had my family come into town anyway, and we just
you shouldn't be letting a website dictate your opinions and
listen
shit.
to, you know, the cheers and enthusiasm, and it really lifted my spirits. But you know, for a couple of hours there, man, I was
Rotten
pretty distraught. I thought the whole thing was just a complete disaster.
But it wasn't.
But it wasn't. It all worked out okay. You know, it all worked out okay.
Yeah.
And again, the movie's not perfect. There's definitely room to improve. But yeah, I'm definitely happy that it was, in general, received well by the fan base.
The second movie, which is, you know, it's been announced that it's going to be coming out in 2025. Is it December 2025?
Yeah, December 5th, 2025, I think.
Is there anything exciting to talk about on the second movie? Anything you want to say?
I'm not going to give away too many details, but I will say that I'm following kind of the same formula where the first movie is focused on the first game. So I'm going to try to carry on that tradition onward with future movies. And I think that that is absolutely the way to go. And I think everyone's going to be really, really excited for what's planned for the second one. You know, the first one was really challenging because it's so much setup. It's like, how do you establish all of this? But now that we have that launch pad, where to go from there came a lot just more natural. It felt a lot more natural. And we were able to really craft just a really great story, I think, and I'm really excited about it. And I won't say anything more, but I'm really hopeful that everyone's gonna really love what's gonna come around December 2025.
Yeah, so exciting. And is Emma back and everything?
Oh yes, yeah,
well?
Emma's gonna be back. She did such a great job on that first one, you know.
Yeah, that's really good. Having the same director, so
having
now
the same same actors
Into
too.
The Pit, the new game that's coming out by Mega Cat Studios. We just got the trailer, another trailer, a couple like last week, and it looks amazing. It looks so good. How has it been?
Bonnie
flossing. On the game based on a Fazbear Fright story.
It's definitely been a unique experience. You know, I first started talking to Meg. I mean, it's been years and years since that game has been in development, and originally it was just supposed to be a little novelty one-off, like, oh yeah, here's this little company that makes 16-bit cartridges, and that was immediately appealing to me because I'm all about the Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
So if I could make something that would come on a Super Nintendo cartridge, you know, sign me up. That was the most exciting thing, the most exciting product I'd ever worked on. It was still just supposed to be a novelty, but as the development went on, everybody was looking at it thinking, this looks pretty good. This actually looks really good. And so they just kept on going with it. They could have stopped a lot sooner, and they could have stopped with just a little simple novelty game, but they just kept going, and I kept looking at thinking, yeah, keep going. And they kept going, and I would keep looking at it, and it just turned into this big, full-fledged, full-sized game. So we obviously decided to venture away from strictly the cartridges, so that everybody can be able to play it on Steam and everything. But it's really unique. It's just a really, really unique game, and I do love that it really gets into just this really gritty kind of all this crazy new stuff and all this crazy detail, this fluid animation. It's just crazy stuff. And then they'd go back into the hole again for 5, 6, 7 months, and then we just repeat that cycle. But now here we are finally at the end of that road, and I think it's just turned out really great. Like I said, really unique, and I think everybody's gonna really like it.
The reaction to the trailer has been amazing. All positive feedback about it. Super excited. People love it. The story of Into the Pit as well. Into the Pit's probably my favourite Fazbear Fright story.
Into the Pit's really good.
So with all the positive feedback about it, what do you see for the future of FNAF spin-offs made by other studios in the future?
Oh, it's definitely a possibility. In fact, I'd really like them to start working on Fetch. I think Fetch would make a really good
Fetch
game
would be good
after this. You know, some stories obviously cater more toward being a good game than others, but there's something really scary.
I can see a Fetch game working.
Something always being out there and kind of watching your house, and then trying to come in and do things for you. Like, this is kind of a scary thought. The thought that I might be online shopping looking for a specific thing, and somehow something out there is hearing that and receiving that, and then gonna come to me, sneak inside and put it somewhere without me knowing that it was there. It's just a creepy scenario. It's a creepy setup. And I think it'd be a really cool game to have to stop this thing, because obviously Fetch was out doing a lot of menacing things, to have to sneak around a neighborhood and stop this thing that's sneaking around so undetected. I think it'd be a really cool game. So hopefully that'll be the next project. We'll see.
As the franchise has grown bigger, what challenges have you faced with running a franchise of this size? Is there anything you think you could be doing better?
I think something I should have maybe been doing better is I should have had a better structure in place as far as people to talk to the fan base. You know, I've always kept that on myself all during the years, and in the early years, I think that worked great because it was a little indie game, a little indie community, and then me, the indie dev, just chatting with the community and talking. But as the years go by and the franchise gets bigger and bigger, I don't know. I feel like I've slowly kind of lost touch with the fan base. Unfortunately, it's not that same. Yeah, it's not that same relationship that it used to be. I really used to enjoy chatting with everybody and just kind of I don't know. And I guess that's expected because FNAF is more of a big, it's kind of just kind of a bigger thing now, and it's bigger than one person, and I can't just pretend like I can hop online and chat with everybody and solve everybody's problems anymore. Used to, I kind of could. I could just go in there and chat with everybody and resolve little problems as if it was like just a squabble on a forum. I can always just step in and solve it, but it's just not the same. And I think that I should have realized that sooner. And I'm really only realizing that this year, that I really need to have a better structure in place. You know, and the fan base deserves that. The franchise deserves that. The fan base deserves that, to have more people in charge and running a Twitter page and official news feeds. You know, an official news feed, so that there's not so much confusion about what's real and what's not real, and real news and fake news, and is this confirmed, is this not confirmed. You know, I could have avoided years of that if I just kind of had a better structure in place with people to listen to, and like I said, a news feed and someone else to just provide better answers to the fan base. So I'm trying to get all that in place, and I really think I think it would just better serve the fan base. And I think everybody would be a little happier if it's not just me trying to jump in and straighten things out when needed.
Yeah, I think the Twitter's a great idea. We're recording this in June, but you know, it was announced today. The schedule for what's coming out during that week is really exciting and really
sooner
good.
than I thought.
So people, you know, can get excited for the anniversary. They kind of know what's coming, which is really exciting. And you know, communication like that, you know,
I don't know why it's Screen Talk. So
you know, people have really appreciated that. So thank you for doing that. And looking forward to seeing what happens next on the Twitter, what they announce. And apart from the second movie to look forward to, is there anything else you could hint at for the future? Any future titles or any little hints to get people excited?
It's near the end of the interview, isn't it?
One of the good things is going to be coming from Steel Wool, but that's going to be announced here in this same week that your interview is going to air. So I think that's it. In fact, I'm not sure if it was right before this or right after this. Yeah, it might have been right after this. Yesterday. Okay.
Oh, we don't know.
Everybody knows about the movie, and right now the books are these interactive
we don't know yet.
Which I read things like that growing up, and so I'm excited about those. And I've tried to.
I'll try to read VIP,
those to where you can actually collect items in them and things like that. So it's really not just about picking a path; it's about picking a path and getting something, and then going to the other path and being able to use something. So it makes it more interesting and more intricate. But yeah, I mean, that's the plan for movies, games, and books. And I already told you my
Project
hope
Playtime
for the next Mega Cat game.
Project Playtime's good, but I don't think it's good.
And there is another game planned with Steel Wool, but that's not going to be announced for a while yet. So I can't talk about that. But there is something down the pipe.
All right.
Okay.
Even beyond what's being announced this week, there's something beyond, but I can't talk about that.
Yeah, so I won't spoil anything, but I read the week before, guys, and it is good. So please, you know, check it out when it comes out. I'm looking forward to the Into the Pit one. VIP is the interactive novel VIP another one as well?
Yes, yeah. VIP it's one that I did with Scholastic, just like the others, but it's just going to be free. It's specifically for this event. I mean, I might still be included in a box set later down the road, but no, for this week, it was made specifically for this event by the same author, I believe, as the week before. So if you enjoyed that one, you'll enjoy VIP. And I really love the story for VIP. I'm not gonna. It might be one of my favorites. So hopefully everybody really enjoys that.
That's awesome. I'm pretty sure it comes out before the interview. So
okay, great.
Future
Hello, Mal. Welcome to the stream. I've been hoping for a multiplayer official game for a while, and still maybe 5 Laps at Freddy's will end up being multiplayer.
Whatever it is, I don't know, but
like the full
It
game.
seems that you've been more open with collaborations with games recently. Well, are you more open to more collabs since we last spoke during the last interview? Like, would you be interested
tomorrow's
in
news, right?
know,
Yeah.
like Fortnite or Dead by Daylight? Have those popped into your head at all, or?
I'm very careful with collaborations because I want to protect the brand and I want to make sure that Five Nights at Freddy's stays as Five Nights at Freddy's. And there are some games where even if I really enjoy the game, it just doesn't feel like a good match. It feels like a mismatch. The brand integrity is the most important thing for me, and keeping everything feeling like it belongs. And so that's really been my only hesitancy. I feel like I am branching out a little bit, and I am a little bit more open to those things than maybe I was in the early years, but I'm still very careful about it. We'll just see. We'll see how things go.
Okay. Anything else you would like to add to finish off the interview?
Let's see here. No, I mean, I think things are in a good place, and like I said, I think that the things that are on the horizon are all things to be excited about, and I think that everybody's going to really enjoy. The things that the fan base really going to enjoy. And I wish I could talk about those more, but I don't feel like I can.
So do you think we're going to have another interview in 10 years' time?
It doesn't have to be 10 years. We can try to do this a little bit more often.
But, what, every 5 years?
Yeah, every 5 years. There we go.
Okay. Shaking your hand.
Just make it a regular thing.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. The biggest thing that everybody has been begging me for this interview when I announced
Scott Cawthon interview 3.0.
That is, everybody just wants to know anything about it because it's the biggest mystery out of the whole.
He's still not gonna reveal anything.
Maybe Midnight Motorist is number 2, but yeah, I'd say the box is the biggest mystery that everybody wants, like even a tiny snippet of something. Help.
Okay. Well, I can try to give somewhat of an answer to that, even though it might not be extremely satisfying for a lot of people. So I would encourage people to turn off the interview if they don't want an answer that they might not be happy with. But whenever I'm making these games, there are a lot of things that are in my head that are just flowing ideas, and when I have them and put them there, it's the first half of something. It's like a string or a rope just like reaching out, and I know that what's there on the other end is there. I trust that it's there. I know that it's there. And then whenever I progress forward, the rest of that just reappears. The rest of it appears and just fits into place perfectly. That's how all my games have been made. I feel that there is something there, and I make the roads to get there for that to be revealed. But then sometimes when things do progress, the roads aren't always the same roads as the ones that had been planned before. And so what that means is, even though at the time something was definitely there, something was definitely reaching out to be there, and I could feel that it was there, the progression of the story didn't go there. And so those strings never got pulled on, and those and the other half of that idea remained in the ether, remained in my subconscious. All of that to say, there is something in the box, but I never pursued it, and I don't know if I can find it again. And I think that that's the best answer that I can possibly give for that.
Scott, thank you so much for the interview. Myself and everybody really does appreciate it. We're looking forward to the future.
Interesting.
We're looking forward to this week. Future me is probably stressing out, playing all the demos and getting ready for Into the Pit in a few days. I'm so excited for Into the Pit. I really, really am. And all the fanverse stuff as well. My Pop Goes and The Joy of Creation, that demo. I'm looking forward to playing all of those as well and reading the new book. There's a lot in that week. I'm going to just be MIA that whole week. I've already told my friends and family, like, I'm not going to be here for the whole week. Don't call me, don't text me. I'm going to be in this room just doing everything I can that week.
Like Scott, during FNAF movie week.
So yeah, I think that's it.
Weekend.
Which is really weird. That hour went so quick. thank you guys for watching. Again, I appreciate you guys.
Well, that's it.
Without you guys watching the channel, you know, I wouldn't be doing this in the first place. Interviewing Scott.
Yeah, this was a good interview.
It means a lot to me. Thank you so much. And yeah, I hope you all have a fantastic 10-year anniversary week, and you're all enjoying yourselves, playing the demos and reading the books and stuff, and are excited for Into the Pit.
Yeah, I'm really excited
as well. That's so exciting.
Collab.
Yeah, thank you, Scott. I appreciate it. So yeah, we'll both leave now.
All right, sounds good. Thanks for having me, Dawko. Talk to you later.
Thank you, Scott. Bye, guys. Thank you.
All right. So yeah, that was actually pretty fucking good, dude. Holy shit. Alright. Fucking ad. Fucking stupid ad. Me when I want the YouTube video to play. But ad blocker's illegal. Anyway. That was an interesting interview. I personally enjoyed it. Good questions were asked, good answers were answered or said. Can I be your nemesis, Tyler? Sure, I don't give a shit. If I'm being 100% honest, I think the most interesting part of the interview was the whole like security breach lore stuff with like the burn trap example, because that explains a lot, honestly. And I'm glad Ruin resolved a lot and stuff, lore wise. But yeah. Yeah. Interview was pretty damn good. It also explains Burn Trap's name too, you're right. And Glitch Traps. That part was interesting. I also thought what Scott said about like the FNAF movie criticism and shit with like the critics and fans and stuff was like pretty inspirational. The interview was a flop. Okay. It's your opinion, I don't really care. Because I know there were some people that weren't excited for the interview. That I saw on like Twitter, there were people not excited, and that's fine. I know some people don't like Scott Cawthon, which is fine. Yeah, what he did back in 2021 was kind of ugh, but oh well. Yeah, but pretty good interview. So yeah, tomorrow is supposed to be the announcement for what the collab is going to be. I hope it's Fortnite. I hope. Could be daily, I don't know. Realistically, it's probably going to be Stumble Guys. If it's Stumble Guys, I'm not going to be streaming it because I personally do not play Stumble Guys. If it's Fortnite or if it's Fortnite or some game that I actually play, I'll stream it. So yeah, I'm excited. Yeah. And what Scott said at the end about like the collabs, it's starting to make it like where it's off to me like it might be Stumble Guys. That's what I'm thinking. Oh wow. I see, it could be Fall Guys. Fall Guys, yeah. Project Playtime. Toodles. See ya, Call of the Dragon. But yeah. In terms of other streams, we will be streaming the 5 laps at Freddy's demo on the 7th, and then on the 8th is going to be the 10-year anniversary live stream. That's going to be lasting all day, where we play every FNAF game ever, including Into the Pit at the very end of the stream. So yeah, might bring people on for that. Might be Dark Deception. Project Playtime or Monsters Immortals. Yeah. Yeah, that's the plan for the stream. In terms of, like, I guess I'll talk about, like, my own content, I guess, for us to stream before we go. The One Night at Flumpty Iceberg is the audio for that is gonna be recorded tomorrow. That's the next step. The canceled fan games video, the script for that is being worked on. It's gonna be worked on a little bit after stream. Same with the Fast Retrospective FNAF 2 episode / video. I think I decided what FNAF song I wanted to do for the next cringe cover for the month. Podcast Redux episode. Next episode is still on hold because it's not the end of the month yet. But topics are being gathered. And yeah, for Tyler Tales, the movie's underway still. We're definitely aiming for a 2025 release date now, but scenes are being worked on. I showed that frame off in the Joy Creation stream. Next Tyler Tales episode should be coming at some point this month. Swimming Bots. The remake of the first episode for, like, the seasons 1 to 3 remakes is on their way as well. Scripts will be worked on for that. So yeah, all around. And then in terms of, like, streams again, I still plan on streaming FNAF Real Time, the demo. I still plan on playing the demo of the Blood and Gears. I plan on doing a part 2 to my Pop Goes, where we try to 100% complete the game. Because I did learn some things. Hello Joey, welcome to stream. Tyler, if it's Fortnite, we don't want to be on me. I just want Freddy's skin. Or whoever's skin it is. Whoever the character's gonna be. Okay. But yeah. Imagine making a Tyler Tales short about Freddy and Fortnite. That is something I could do. That could be something I do. Fuck it. Hello, Tyler Grimmery. Welcome to the stream. That is something I could do. That is something I could make. That would be a fun Tyler short, I think. Do you want to make Tyler shorts though? More Tyler shorts though? And Tyler, if I beat you, then you gotta give me a movie, like, fuck. I'm not agreeing to this yet. I don't even know if Fortnite's the collab. Yeah. You gotta bring back Tiller's hate for Tiller loves Fortnite though. Don't you mean Tyler? And I already said this before about the remakes, but one of the biggest changes that's going to be made in, like, the remakes is that Tyler is no longer going to hate Fortnite. Tyler is going to like Fortnite, but he is going to get annoyed of Tiller talking about it all the time. And that's thanks in part because of the fact that I like Fortnite now. Like, I do actively play Fortnite, so. Yeah. You mean Tyler? Okay. Yeah. That would be a fun short, though. Be a fun Tyler short. Just like free for it. Is it Fortnite or Fortnite Part 2, I guess? Well, yeah, is it Fortnite Fortnite's being remade because I'm remaking every episode from seasons 1 to 3. So one thing, yes. I noticed that Tyler Dash got the new thumbnail style. Yes. Every episode from seasons 4 and 5 are getting updated to the new thumbnail style. That's gonna be kind of debuting with swimming bots. Seasons 1 to 3 are right now, like the originals are gonna remain in their old thumbnail style, because when I remake every episode from seasons 1 to 3, they're gonna have the new thumbnail style. So this new thumbnail style is going to apply to the remakes of seasons 1 to 3, seasons 4 and 5 currently, and the movie. So the original 2019 to 2021 run of seasons 1 to 3 of TT are gonna keep the old thumbnail style. But yes, I have been starting to update this episode thumbnail style. I have only done Tyler Dash so far. I plan on doing Standing Toxicity some point this week, updating that thumbnail style to be the new one. And yeah. Oh yeah, another thing from the interview, I saw someone bring it up on my server. I would honestly love to see a like an a Fazbear Frights TV show that's like Goosebumps. That'd be pretty swell. And yeah, that is basically all the updates for right now. The interview was pretty cool in my opinion. It was pretty interesting. I don't know if I prefer the first or the first one or the second one. I don't know, because both are pretty good. Oh yeah, I should probably also give my thoughts on the 5 Laps of Freddy's trailer, because I was gonna do that when I reacted to it, but I just didn't for some reason. It looks okay. The visuals have room for improvement, but we don't really know much about the gameplay yet, so I'm gonna hold off on talking about that. And it's interesting that there seems to be some lore hints, but we don't know how much that's gonna matter yet. Just remember that Roblox thing. Yeah. Honestly, I'm starting to lose hope that it's Fortnite, but we'll see. Could be Stumble. It's probably gonna be Stumble Guys. Or fucking. I don't know if it'd be Roblox though. I don't know if it'll be like the survival. What's it called? Survival crew. I don't know if it's gonna be that either, because like we already know that exists. It's confirmed to be happening, so I don't know why it'd be like a surprise. Anyway, yeah, that's all I really have to say for today's stream. I gave my current content updates. I plan on making another TikTok/YouTube short when all the FNAF movie images are out, and there should be a new one today. People are saying Toy Freddy's gonna be next. I don't know. You never know. Yeah, I need to make more shorts. I still need to do more stuff on Tyler Extras. Like a week or two ago, I uploaded like a swimming bots preview on Tyler Extras to revive that channel a little bit, just to make sure it's more useful. So yeah, I do want to do more chill streams on there while I work on content. I just been forgetting to do that, and then, yeah. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed the stream, in the description below is going to be the link to the interview if you want to watch it for yourself. I recommend it personally, as well as my Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Tyler Extras. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see y'all in the next thing that I do. Toodles. Boom.